What's going on, guys? Robert here from Rob is Tech, and it's time for a showdown. It's the Dropcam HD versus its new, bigger brother, the Dropcam Pro. I'm going to go over the similarities and differences between the cameras. I'm going to go over video samples, audio samples, other specialties about the cameras, and in the end, answer the question, is the Pro worth the extra $50? Let's take a look. Now, I've already done my unboxing of the Dropcam HD, so before I jump into things, I thought I'd do a quick informal unboxing of the Dropcam Pro. Now, Dropcam recently switched both cameras over to a new square retail box, which might not seem like much of a change on the surface, but it suits the camera much better than the old box did. Inside the box, it's simple. You get the Dropcam Pro, the micro USB to USB cable, the USB wall outlet adapter, and a mounting plate and screws. The most obvious difference on the surface of these cameras is that the Pro has a black base and a black kind of grippy texture on the back of the camera, whereas the HD model has a silver stand with a plastic back. Now, of course, the actual Dropcam itself doesn't require a base at all, and it can be easily taken out of the base, but if you're concerned about color coordination, the color of the cameras is something to keep in mind. Another big difference is the actual size of the camera capsule itself. Though Dropcam's tech specs show both cameras with the exact same dimensions, the extra 2-ounce weight difference has to go somewhere on the Pro, and the Pro capsule is actually a bit longer and thicker, which houses the bigger sensor and wider lens. Now, this is not an issue for anyone buying the camera new, but it's something to keep in mind. My favorite camera around the house happens to be located right above my driveway, and when I went to go install the Dropcam Pro capsule into the existing HD base, I quickly realized it wasn't going to fit. Luckily, all I had to do was snap out the existing base and snap in the new base, and I was up and ready to go. Setup on the Dropcam Pro is exactly like the Dropcam HD, and that's easy. I just plugged it into the USB port on my MacBook Pro, filled out some information online, and I was up and ready to go in literally 90 seconds. Like I mentioned before, the Dropcam Pro does sport a 20% wider lens with a bigger viewing angle, which might not seem like much on paper, but in a real-world use case, it's actually very noticeable. The Pro also features a bigger sensor, which improves low-light night vision performance, though night vision mode is never going to be good as, full-time daytime mode. So at night, I usually keep a couple lights on, which seems to keep the camera from going into night vision mode, and it looks a lot better. I found color reproduction in video on the Pro to be substantially better than the HD. I even took a few screenshots and created kind of a rough side-by-side to illustrate my point and tweeted it out, and I was surprised how many people were interested. Also, on a quick side note, technical specs on the Dropcam website say that the Pro is capable of shooting and recording at 1920 by 1080. But after a quick phone call to the folks over at Dropcam, the rep told me that both cameras are currently only streaming at 720p, though the Dropcam Pro has the capability of going 1080p sometime down the road. Audio quality between the two is also very noticeable. The Dropcam HD mic seems like the gain is somehow all the way up in settings, and it picks up a ton of ambient noise. The Pro, on the other hand, is much less sensitive, and the audio is much more audible. Take a listen for yourself. Now, no matter what Dropcam you get, you'll be able to make use of the Dropcam apps on both iOS and Android. Yes, of course, the website is nice, but you'll probably be doing most of your viewing of these cameras on your mobile phone. The apps on both platforms are fantastic, and you can definitely see the time and effort put into the app, because it really shines. You can set up notification scheduling, tweak camera settings, and even talk back through both cameras' built-in speaker on the other end of the camera using your phone's or tablet's built-in mic. But of course, the app doesn't do much good without a subscription to Dropcam's online CVR cloud video recording service. Both a pro and a con, the Dropcam streams and records to Dropcam's own servers, which means that you don't need to worry about buying or maintaining your own DVR at home or work, but it does come at a price. To go back a full 7 days is going to run you $9.95 a month, and for a full 30 days, it's $29.95 a month. Though each additional camera can be added to the plan at half price, I still can't figure out why these plans are so expensive. Now, yes, they are very useful, and the camera can be used without purchasing a plan, but when you're already paying $150 to $200 for a single camera, the extra monthly charge for the CVR service just seems a bit excessive. So to answer the question of whether or not the Dropcam Pro is worth the extra $50, well, the answer is a flat-out yes. The differences are just too hard to ignore, and the Pro is worlds better than the HD. The Pro just seems a lot more polished in many ways. From the improved video quality and the bigger sensor and the improved mic, all the way down to the way the Dropcam capsule secures much more snugly into the base, the Pro seems like the camera that Dropcam has always wanted to make. With this much of a difference, I would only hope that the Dropcam HD could get bumped down to $99 and the Pro take its place at $150. That would be great. Yes, they're both fantastic HD Wi-Fi video cameras, and the Pro can be used for a multitude of purposes in the home, business, and wherever you decide to put it. But still, coming in at $199 for a single camera, it's still a lot of money to put down.